Oh, we're ready to head to Santa Ana now to the Orange County Register building and talk with Orange County Register columnist for OC Outdoors, David Whiting. How are you, David?
Hey, Dave. I'm terrific, and I'm taking it easy.
Yeah. At last, something right up my alley. Come on now. What is this staying fit by doing nothing?
Well, this is about recovery, really, and for folks who exercise a lot, and there's many more than you might think out there. Many of them, I know, they're counting their consecutive days. I know people who have said, I have exercised every single day for 2 years, this sort of thing. This is not good for your health. So take it easy sometimes. Pat yourself on the back. Don't exercise occasionally. And there's a lot of other things that you can do that are pretty just gentle and mellow on your body. But really, recovery is a critical part of exercise, and so is balance, as this woman is showing here. So I'm advocating today basically balance. Figure that out, and that can be as simple as just standing on one foot for about 30 seconds. I mean, that's really, really important. And the other thing is cooling down after those long runs. And you see a lot of these people running marathons like here, and then they just suddenly stop. That's not healthy either. So when you are exercising, take some time, slow it down toward the end. Slow it down for 10 minutes or 5 minutes at least. And the neat thing is, man, it's amazing when you are taking the break. Somebody does here, you really see a whole lot more things that you never see when you're zipping all around.
Yeah. When should you determine, or what determines that you should take time off, and how do you recommend someone do their workouts?
Well, that's a terrific question. And one of the things is listen to your body, they say. And if it's a sharp pain, don't exercise at all, really, and give it maybe 2, maybe 3 days or a lot more. I've gone for the last 4 or 5 months without running, without biking, without being able to swim, because I did not listen to my body, and I decided, boy, if I'm in this much pain, if I can just push through it, I'll be better. And of course, I tore up my knee pretty badly. So I've learned a lot through some bad decisions, and at least 1 day a week, though, don't exercise is what the doctors recommend. And if that turns into 2 days, that's okay too. Don't sweat it. And sometimes it's not a bad thing, particularly as we get a little bit older, to give it those 2 days. I mean, if you're in your 20s, it's a little bit different than if you're in your 30s. So maybe a couple of days a week, at least 1 day, don't exercise. Active exercise, if you just got to get out, that's okay. But that's really just kind of walking around the block a couple of times. That's really the times.
I used to go to an organized exercise class in the morning last year, and sometimes we would not work out at all. We would spend 45 minutes stretching, and I'll tell you, I felt 100% better the rest of the week if that was included as one of our workout days, just stretching our muscles.
Yeah, I love stretching. I think that's really, really important. And balance is too. And balance is something that's really can be pretty easy. I do it in the morning when I'm reading the newspaper. I put it on the stove and I read, don't turn the stove on while you're doing this. You'll set yourself on fire. But put it someplace on a counter, a high enough counter where you can still read or a book or a magazine, something like that, TV, standing on one foot, that sort of thing. But stretching is a wonderful, low-impact way to keep in shape. It really is important.
You know, what surprises me is the number of people that work out that don't cool down. Why?
Well, I think it's because they think that they've got to squeeze every second of their workout, maximum effort, maximum energy, all of that stuff, working out, and it's hard, especially I think sometimes iPods. I know when I'm listening to something, it's hard for me to stop or slow down too, and that keeps us going, and then suddenly it's time to end the workout. That's not a good way to do it because there's a lot of lactate acid buildup in your muscles, a lot of waste that are energy that the cells generate. We need to get those out, and the only way to do that is to really slow down for at least 5 minutes, and really 10 minutes is a good way. I think it's just sort of that mental thing, I got to go the extra mile.
Right.
David, thanks so very much. David
Thank
Whiting.
you.
You can read his OC Outdoors column on the Register on Thursdays. Very interesting. Thanks again.
All right, thanks, David.